888-77 Jesse. Let me go to first time call out of Chicago, Illinois. Uh, Colleen. Colleen, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hi, Jesse.
Hey,
Nice to
Colleen.
hear your voice.
Thank
Hi,
you.
how are you?
All is
I've been
well.
listening for a few months now. I have forgiven my mom and dad, um, but I still have anger. I have done the silent prayer and um, I can't seem to get rid of it at all. It's very debilitating and yeah, it's evil. I'm evil.
Right
and
on.
I just I've been practicing, and I don't know how to control it. I just get filled with rage, and I don't know how to get the love.
What happened when you went to your mother and forgave her?
Um, she said, um, we all go through that.
What'd you
Um,
What'd you say to her?
I said, Mom, I forgive you for um, for I I said it how you had said it,
Oh,
how
okay.
you had mentioned it on the phone. I apologize, I can't
Right.
remember,
And she
but I
said,
did say,
"Go ahead."
um, she said that, she forget. She's like, oh, thank you. Um, we all go through that. She suffered from depression when I was younger, and she understood, but she was right in the beginning of Alzheimer's, and she took it. She was very understanding.
Nice.
She didn't take it, like, how dare you say that to me, or um, anything like that. She was very
Right on. And how about your
com-
father? How, you went and forgave him?
I did. He when he passed away a few years back, I was able to say to him, I was with him when he passed, and I said, I am sorry if I ever did anything that hurt you, and he said that, you could never do anything like that. Um, so I'm
And,
thinking I forgave him. I thought I forgave him,
and then your
but I don't know.
so your question for me is what?
How do you get rid of the anger? Why am I so rageful? I mean, I had an incident actually with, this is kind of, I guess, what stems it all. Um, a niece had come up to me and asked me a question if her mother had cheated on my brother, which in fact she did, but I never said any, it was not something to bring up, but she did. I told her how the cow ate the cabbage, so to speak. So now she went around to the family and is trying to get them all against me,
Yeah.
and
They always try to
um
build an army against you.
and they really have, and I'm kind of like, I don't know how to. I'm I guess I know I shouldn't have said anything in the first place, but she did ask, so I answered honestly, and now I'm being punished for it. And it's it's just heartbreaking. I mean, and I know, I've listened to so many of your sermons and stuff about family, and everybody lies, and nobody loves anybody. But it's so hurtful, and
It's
I
so
don't know
true,
how to
though.
make it right. I don't know how to make it right. And, they don't want anything, basically, it's all, they make me feel like I'm going crazy now, basically, if that makes any sense.
I'm not
Right.
crazy. I'm just a little bit. Um,
Exactly.
and so your question for me is what?
how to get rid of anger and just to, I don't know. I think I have a lot of issues because I also like live with one of my brothers, and I have four of them. One passed, so I have three, I guess. But how to get rid of anger? Like I suppose I should be living on my own, not with him, because that gets me angry. Like the things, eating my stuff or not cleaning up after himself. Then I get resentful after him, and then just
How old are you?
how old am I? I'm 60.
And why are you living with him?
Well, I got divorced about 8 years ago or so, and he was newly divorced, so we thought we would save money by living together, and yeah,
And why have you moved
and
out
we
once you realized that wasn't working?
probably because I'm scared.
Of what?
I don't know, being on my own, not being able to afford it. Um, yeah, not being able to afford living on my own with I don't make the most of money, but, I have two jobs.
You have two
And
jobs. You can afford a place.
I guess I could, but I think I'm afraid. I think I'm afraid of losing, like, the being able to, I don't know, just afraid of not having enough, not being able to save, not being able to, all that kind of stuff, I guess.
But you could,
Thinking.
right, you can afford to buy, rent a place and pay the roof or buy some food. Why are you concerned about saving?
I don't know for the future,
Where's the future?
not here.
So why?
A figment of my imagination, I guess.
So how are you trying to save for something that doesn't exist?
Well, I guess like in case the car breaks down, in case the emergency fund, all
Has the
that
car
kind of
broken
stuff.
down?
Well, it's about to.
Has the car
I'm
broken
gonna
down?
have to. No, but it smells like gas because I need a new fuel injector or whatever, and it needs,
And so why have
you
you
know,
taken care of that? You living with your brother. Why are you taking care of that?
because it's an old car, so
So what's the
they don't
difference
have
then? If
parts. So I need to get a different car. I'm in the process of looking for one
and
that I
so if
can.
you have your own place, you need to get a different car no matter what, right?
Exactly.
So let me ask, because of time, um, when you say that you have anger, who are you talking about?
I think mostly my family, probably me,
No, when you
that
say
I'm not.
you have anger, who are you
Yes,
referring to?
myself.
And who are you?
uh, just a being, I guess.
Who are
Um, who am I?
Yeah, this person
I'm
that you say has anger, who are you talking about?
You say this all the time, and I never even have an answer when I'm listening to other people. Um, mm, just a, I don't know. I'm a being, a soul, just in this meat suit walking around
And where does this anger dwell in you? Where is it?
in my mind.
And are you your mind?
No.
And why do you say you have anger then?
Um,
Hold on a minute.
sure.
Let me take a quick break, Colleen. I want to go quick back to the busy phones. Colleen is out of a first time call out of Illinois. She's talking about anger. So, Colleen, you said that the anger is located where?
I think it's in my mind,
And are you
and then
your
I get so
mind?
No.
And why do you call it your anger then? I get angry. Why do you do that?
I guess I'm just programmed to say that out of
Absolutely.
no other way to say it. And then I get so angry, I cry, and then I think of, well, she's crying, she's lying. So then I'm like,
and you
and
stop
I have to
crying.
laugh at myself. Yes. I'm like, oh my God, here I go again. And, and I keep thinking I'm evil. And I'm like, how do I get rid of this evil?
Yeah,
And then I sometimes, like, even in the middle of the day, I'll like, okay, let's be still and know God,
right on.
just, and then the thoughts are so intense, so the thoughts are I get angry at them, and then I like get up and I find myself, wait a minute, you have the timer on for 10 minutes, and I couldn't even sit for like a minute or two. I got up and got coffee. I'm like, hold on a minute,
Did you
and
get
yeah,
Punchy's coffee?
I will be getting Punchy's coffee, but
Amazing.
it's just sidetracked, and that's how I get
Yeah,
angry, and it consumes,
yes.
where I can't even concentrate on being quiet and being still and just knowing God. It's just it starts to distract me. I'm like, this is crazy, and yeah, lots
Before
of
you
demons. I just don't know how to get rid of them.
before you began to wake up like this, did you know you were controlled by demons? That something else was driving you and it wasn't you?
No,
Right.
not before I started listening to you. No.
And what is it like in starting to see that, wow, I'm possessed? Something else been controlling me all my life and I didn't know it. What is it like to see a glimpse of that already, right now?
It's 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 awful. I want them gone. I do. The people in my family that, I'm like, ugh, they just, it's like, ugh. And I don't, I'm supposed to be of love, and I'm like, I don't love these people,
And they
you
don't love
know.
you.
No, and yet we get together, and it's like, you know, there's times we got together, and it took me days to like get over, and it's
it's
like, this is ridiculous.
it's all a game made for a fool. It's not real.
Hmm.
What is it like now knowing that your family don't love you and you don't love them? How's that for you seeing that?
It's hurtful, I think, kind of.
Eh,
I mean, I understand it, but it's still like, you see some families, and probably it's a facade, but they look, of course, the grass is always greener, and
Yeah.
they make it look like, nobody's family is perfect,
There's not
obviously.
one family on this side of heaven that love one another. Zero, zero love.
Yeah.
And that's why they go when you wake up and you start to stand up, you're going to have to stand alone because they were never with you anyway and you were not with them. But they're going to build an army against you. Why are you concerned that they're building an army? Why do you care about that rather than being happy to see that my family is my enemy, are my enemies?
Because of my ego. And I
Yes.
know my ego is not my amigo, but
Yeah.
um, I just, yeah, I have a big ego.
Every human being has that, and that's the problem. And that's why Christ said, message from God to you is that if you want life, you got to give up a life. You got to give up this false image of you, this ego, the thoughts and the emotions and all that. It's not you. It has never been you. And you've been dying rather than living because you've been living in an illusion. So be
Yes.
grateful, and with your family member, be glad that you see that they don't love you and you don't love them. But don't be angry to see it. Be glad to see it,
Mm.
and then move on with your life. And from now on, don't call yourself angry. Angry. You don't say I'm angry unless you communicate consciously with people. But don't say I am angry. Don't call that spirit, those spirits, you. It is not you. You've been identified with that forever, and that anger has made a home in you. Your mind and emotions, the good feeling and the bad, are all evil. It's in your body, but it's not in you. So stop calling it you. When for a while it will come up because you still identify with thoughts and feelings, emotions, and you think that is you. For now, stop calling it you, and I promise you, it will all be taken away from you. You will die from that, and then you shall live.
Do you know, like, approximately how long? Like, if I do the prayer in the morning and at night, how long? I mean, is there a timeline where all of a sudden it's going to be just peace? I mean, you always talk about how you have perfect peace. I
How
want that perfect
long, Lord? Not long.
peace. I can't take it. Jesse, make it stop. Uncle.
So when you don't worry about how long, because it's not you feeling. It's you feel the pain in your body, but it's not you. It's not happening to you at all. And when you cry, how long? How long? Oh, this is too hard. That's not you crying. That's the darkness in you that has made a home in you for so long. And now you finally invited the light to come in. By admitting you were evil, you admitted, you confess your sin. That's what it means to confess your sin. I am evil. I'm playing God, right? And so to
Right.
admit that, you have invited the light to come in, and like excuse me, like never before, you have not had the light to work on your behalf. So now the light is dealing with the darkness, the thoughts and emotions. And the darkness is yelling out, no, no, don't do this. This is painful. It's painful to the light. It is not painful to you. It's just that you've identified with that. And because you do feel the pain in your body, it is not happening to you. It's happening to evil. And I promise you, that if you stay with it, the light of God will destroy the darkness because the darkness has no power, no authority, it's been defeated. All it can do is judge you and condemn you, accuse you and condemn you. But it's all a lie, it's not true. So in the beginning, it is difficult. The pain is rough because you so identify with the pain and the thought. If you are not identified with the thought, it'll be over right now. You can be done with it right now, but because you have for so many years thought that you were your thoughts and your emotions, it's going to be hard for you to just drop it. But be patient, stay with it. It will be taken away from you. So don't call the emotions you. If your family don't want to play with you, fine. They don't love you anyway. Move on and travel this journey alone, and you'll be fine. Stay with the prayer. When you sit and do the prayer, if you have a bunch of thoughts, it's only because you can now see them. Before you were one with them, you thought they were you, and you didn't see what was going on. Now you can see them. The fact you can see many, or a few, or none, you're on your way. You're doing fine.
Thank you. Thank you for taking my call too. But I do, she's crying. When she's crying, she's lying. Every time I get in the car and feel sorry for myself or oh. There you go, lying again.
Absolutely.
And I have to start laughing.
And when you can catch yourself in the middle of crying, and you ask yourself, what am I crying for? Why am I crying? You're going to see that you're lying. It ain't about somebody else. It ain't about, ain't Martha died, or it's not about your family don't want to play with you anymore. It's all about you, and it's all ego, and it's a lie. And so the more you can catch that, the less you're going to want to cry. I promise you that.
Yeah.
Because you're lying. Everybody that cried, everybody, men and women, when they're crying, they're lying. It's not true.
Yeah.
So you're on your way, and don't worry about how long it's going to take. Don't worry about your age. God is not into age. He doesn't care about that at all. He's right here, right now, and in him there is no time, there's no age, there's no nothing but the truth, the light. All right? So you're fine. And the fear that you feel, don't call that you. The fear is fake. It's not even real. It's an illusion. It's not even real. And most people don't function in their life because they're afraid. They think the fear is real.
Yeah, like it's so consuming. Like even with the moving out on my own,
And,
it's so fearful
and
to me.
if you moved out on your own, it's not going to be nothing like what the fear is telling you. You'll be like, what the? And you're going to see that the fear is an illusion too. It's not even real.
Yeah,
It's a mirage.
crazy, crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy.
And we live like that all of our lives until we finally say, you know what, I'm tired of living this way. There has to be something else. And that little thing in you that says, I'm tired of living like this. I don't want to live like this anymore. It start the ball to rolling, and you're on your way. You're fine.
Yeah, I wish you guys had a fellowship out this way. Like you have the
Yeah.
Women's Thursday in the evening. I
Yeah.
wish there was something like that around here that you ran.
Well, we're working on some stuff. But for now, you listen to the church, you listen to the show, call in
Yes.
if you need to talk, and just stay with it. And don't run after your family. Be glad they're gone. They're nothing but hell anyway. They hate each other. Just like they've turned on you, that's what cowards do. They turn.
Hmm.
But then they're going to eventually turn on each other too. Don't worry. Evil cannot have peace with anyone.
Right.
So they'll turn on each other too. Not that you wish for that, but just know, be glad to see that they have never loved you and you have never loved them. It's not been real at all.
Yeah. Okay, Jesse, I appreciate you taking my call this morning.
You're welcome. Stay with it, stay with it, stay with it, and stop calling thoughts and feeling you. You're not those things at all, right?
Right.
All
They're
right.
just casting demons, I guess, right?
You're possessed.
I'm
And
possessed.
every human being are possessed, and they just don't know it. And they all going through the same thing, except you're fortunate enough to be waking up to it. Most people don't even wake up to it. They live in their hell all their life. Then they die in hell.
That I don't want.
Right
I don't
on.
want that. I want to have peace like you do, Jesse. I
Eh,
want that a perfect peace so that I'm not like, who cares what people think? Who cares?
Right. Christ
Just
came that you may have peace, and you can have it's right at hand. Don't worry. You're on your way. You'll be fine.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a great day.
You too. Amazing.